Hello everyone. Here is a brief explanation of the answers in General Revision Handout 1. Part A, Section 1. In this part, you are asked about the articles, so you should look for nouns or noun phrases and determine if they are singular, plural, countable, uncountable, proper or general nouns. Let's start. Number 1. The answer to this question is N, because International Charity Organization is a singular noun phrase and the word international starts with a vowel. Just like question 11. Please remember that not all the singular nouns that start with a vowel are used with N. Number 2. United Nations is only one of something in the world, which means it is unique, so it is used with the. Another similar question is number 10. Because there is only one Nobel Peace Prize, so again, the is the answer. In the third question, food and healthcare are general and uncountable nouns, so we use no article. Number 4. Part is a singular noun, so it takes A. Question number 5 talks about the name, which was mentioned before in the text, so the is required. Number 6, the noun is assistance and it is uncountable, so we don't need an article. In number 7, you should know that if you are counting among a group, you use the before the noun. Number 8 has two alternative answers. We can use no article because the noun contributions is plural, or we can use the because we know which contributions we are talking about, the ones coming from the governments and the private donors. For number 9, you should know that before the superlative adjectives, we use the. Section 2. In the first question, line 3 tells us that the kids preferred to donate the money, so it is understood that they didn't spend the money on candies or toys, although they had the choice. Therefore, could have spent as a past model gives us the meaning that something was possible in the past but didn't happen. In the second one, we are told that the children know the importance of sharing, so they understand it correctly. However, this is in the past, and the author is making a past guess based on the fact that the children knew the importance of sharing. So this answer is a past model of certainty, must have understood. The third question states that it is a voluntary event, which means it is not compulsory, necessary, or obligatory to do. Thus, the answer is don't have to, which means that there is no obligation to do something, but it is still okay if you do it. In number 5, we are given the size of the warehouse, in number 4 actually, we are given the size of the warehouse, so we understand that it has the ability or capacity to store the goods. The answer is therefore can. Number 5 is can't have affected, which is again a past model of probability with a meaning of past impossibility based on strong evidence. Here, the evidence is found in the final words, since UNICEF has lost none of its popularity. Part B, question number 1. Didn't need to is an expression used to talk about something that was not necessary to be done in the past. Here, we learn that the professor has already extended the deadline, so it wasn't necessary for Anne to talk to him. Question number 2. Should have verb 3 is used to make a past criticism. And here, the students are criticizing themselves by saying that it would have been a good idea if they had started studying earlier. Question number 4. Needn't have verb 3 means that you did something, but it wasn't necessary to be done. Number 5. The answer is had to, which is the past tense of have to or has to, and means past necessity. Part C. Number 1. When there is a form of verb be after a relative pronoun, you can use a reduced relative clause. So here, the original sentence is this. The House of Spirits was a popular novel which was written by blah blah blah. As you see, after the relative pronoun which, there is verb be, was, so we reduced the relative clause. Number 2. Here we understand that the story is about the lives of 3 generations of women. In other words, life belongs to these women and they possess it. So we should use whose as a relative adjective to state this possession. Remember, whose is always followed by a noun. Number 4. The information here is about a date, so we use when as a relative adverb, and remove then in the original sentence. Part D. For the questions in this part, I will give a general explanation of the topic, which are participles or ing and ed adjectives. As you remember, we use ing adjectives to describe something or someone, and we use ed adjectives to say how people feel about something or someone. Now look each answer from this point of view and try to make sense of them. Part E. 1a. Europe is a proper name, so it is used with no article. 1b. Alps is a range of mountains, so like all other geographical formations, This is also used with the. 1C. Country names do not take any articles before them. Question number 2 asks you about future continuous tense, which describes a continuous action in the future. Here, the time expression that helps you understand which tense to use is in about half an hour. Number 3 requires a passive structure because they refers to the passports, and passports cannot collect themselves. Somebody will collect them, and because we are on a plane, it is obvious that we are talking about airports and the agent is a police officer. So there is no need to mention him. And since the flight is still taking place, the passengers haven't passed from the passport control yet. They will do so in the future, so will be collected is the answer. Number 4. After despite, we use a noun or a noun phrase. So here, hard conditions is a noun phrase, and despite is a linker to mean a contrast linker to mean an unexpected situation. It talks about an unexpected situation. Here, because Chukotka is very cold and far, we don't expect a rich man to be interested in it. Number 6. The time expression since then at the beginning of the question indicates that you need to use present perfect continuous to mean that the action started in the past and is still continuing. Number 7. It is high time is a phrase that means it is time to do something that should have been done a long time ago. And as a rule, we use past tense after it's high time. That's why started is the answer.